People are like, who is Daniellevictor? And I'm like, bitch, it's Danny with 2 N's. Am I a fashion blogger? Maybe. Am I a storyteller? For sure. Am I a badass bitch? Absolutely. So if you're smart, you'll subscribe to my channel.
Welcome back to my channel. Fine Art here. Filmed a whole video and edited it and it was corrupted. So I'm wondering what I said in that video where God was like, skirt. No.
It's definitely something.
Yeah. But I didn't really talk about much when I was editing. I was like, this video is boring. There was a couple of
My video that I just filmed was just me talking about my emotions. People are probably gonna be like, snooze fest. And like my struggle like this week with like faith. Well, not really faith, but like I'm a control freak, so...
Control freak about what, girl?
Life.
What are you trying to control?
The outcome of my life when it's
you not... You have no control. Zero!
Yeah.
Zero. None.
Yeah.
My video was kind of like the same, but it was also about... Because people were ripping me up in my comment section. On my last video I posted, which was you and me, and you were talking about like your childhood resentment, and I was like, womp womp, as Marcellus would say. And people were like, Danny... You're not giving Gabby a second to feel her emotions. And I was like, Gabby has all the time in the world to feel her emotions, but at the same time she's having an experience during her childhood. I'm having a different experience during childhood. And you can be with someone at the same time having the same experience, but it's not the same experience because you're having two different perceptions of the experience that you're having. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was what my video was about. And then I was talking about how you suggested, because there was like a family beef. Was it yesterday or the day before?
Don't say family beef, because it was no beef with me. I was
Gabby was just standing in the kitchen in disbelief. Like she was like, and me and my mom
Marcellus was at school. Marcellus was at school. Mom stayed home from work.
Pick your fighter.
It's not funny. It's actually not funny.
Yeah.
This week has been so much, I can't.
But we said that last week. So this is actually going on to 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
2 weeks of just like chaos. Danny feeds the squirrels outside.
Oh yeah. I didn't realize we were getting into like what the fight was about.
Danny feeds the squirrels.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, girl. I'm here too, thank you.
I don't want my arm to be showing too much. What? Wait.
Your arm's skinny. It just
what is that?
We're older. Just need to tone it
out. Say that to yourself. I'm young forever. I am eternal youth and beauty.
Well, anyways, Danny likes to feed the squirrels outside. I'm sure if you follow her on social media.
You like to feed them too.
I do too. But I don't disrespect Mom. Mom doesn't want that happening anymore. I haven't been doing it. Do I know Danny's doing it? Am I guilty by association? Yes. Does that make me an accomplice? Yes. Am I doing it myself? No, I just act like I don't know anything. I would look cute with a bob.
Gabby, you got a short haircut
and I hated it.
Yeah,
but like whenever my hair is like this, I'm like, hold on. It's like a vibe.
But then you gave yourself basically a bob.
It was not a bob. It was layers and it was so ugly. Anyways, so how did the beef start?
It wasn't about the squirrels.
It wasn't about the squirrels. Side note, yeah, the squirrels was this morning. This beef the other day, I'm in the kitchen.
Caesar.
Yeah, Caesar is not a friendly dog, and we're gonna say what it is.
He's friendly with me,
but he's not a friendly dog. We can't touch him. If you get near him, he'll be nice to you for a second. All of a sudden he turns into Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and you're like, okay, crazy pants. And then he likes to randomly attack the other dog.
No, it's only with food or in the kitchen, period.
There'll be no food in the kitchen, and he's just getting on him. There was no food
he thought one of you had food in your hand. That's what happened in the kitchen that day. And I was like, oh man.
So he starts attacking baby. And so my mom gets like a cardboard box and is like trying to block him from getting baby. And she's like, Jesus Christ. And I was like, is Lord. Jesus Christ is Lord. So then
she took her water bottle and slammed it on the counter.
Yeah.
And anyone who's seen our Bag of Soap casting tape.
You don't need to be whispering. Yeah. She slammed it down on the counter. Danny was
She did that!
And then Danny was like,
say it with your chest.
Danny was like, oh, you're acting like your mother. And I was like, So I look at Danny and I'm like, And so mom was like, no, you're just like my mother.
No, she didn't say that. She was, don't even go there.
Yeah, don't even go there. And then you
Danielle.
went there, and then she turned back and said, well, you're just like my mother. And so they were having a pissing contest about who was more like our Nana Pat. And so I'm sitting there like trying to diffuse the situation before it escalated, and it didn't work. It escalated.
You didn't really say much for the first 20 minutes, girl. You were just standing there.
I definitely said, you guys need to stop. This is toxic behavior. What did you want me to do? Like start flipping out, screaming? I was like in disbelief. So they're talking to each other so terribly. And then Danny, I will honestly say you were not nice. You were not nice.
Absolutely not. I talked about that in my video. The file was corrupted, and it was probably why, because I was talking about mother.
Well, Danny was like, I don't want to have children because I would hate to be like you. And I was like, no, why would you say that? I said something then. I was like, you cannot say that. And you were like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna care in 30 seconds. Then Danny looked at her at one point and said, F you, at the top of her lungs.
That's because she brought up California, and you know where that was going.
But
and
you,
I was like,
yeah, but you have to.
No,
So
Gabby,
then,
I don't need you to tell me what I needed to do in that situation. I talked to God about it, and that's what I'm talking about. Matter of perception. I understand you're explaining how you're witnessing it, but you weren't me in that moment having that experience with mom. You were witnessing that experience I was having with mom, but you
I think
weren't.
that's just a crock of shit.
No, it's
Excuse
not.
me, Lord.
It's
Yeah.
not, Gabby. Everyone in that kitchen was having we are all in that experience together, having different perceptions of the experience. So you can sit here and say, you should have done this, you shouldn't have said that. Okay, that's cool. That's a matter of your perception of what you were witnessing in that experience.
The truth of the matter is, there was no regulation of emotions between either one of y'all.
Oh, no.
And
None.
I said that. I said, you guys do not know how to regulate your emotions. This is not a good environment.
I just told my mom I didn't like her. I said, I don't like you, and I don't care to have a relationship with you. It's not, but that's the truth. That's
If
not,
Marcel's
like
ever told me that, I would literally just like, I don't know. I actually don't know. I would just cry myself to sleep.
You would have to literally hold up a mirror to your face and say, how did I get to this point where my son is saying that to me? You couldn't say, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. No, that's when you take a mirror and say, how on earth, God, did I get to the point where my son is telling me?
She tried to like attack Danny about her California experience, and then I kind of like shut it down before it got there, and that triggered Danny to the point where she started saying really, really mean stuff. And then
No, I said the comment about not having children because I wanted to be nothing like her before that.
yeah, so I think then she was just trying to come at you with something. Like, I almost think it was just like, again, like a pissing
It was a
contest.
weapon she tried to form against me.
And then she
And it
was
didn't
like,
prosper.
Danny was like, you always shut me down when I talk about my experience. And mom's like, I did my part.
And
like,
I said,
let
no.
you come home.
Yeah, and I said, you work in a courthouse, and never once did you say, I'm going to sit down with my daughter, help her get help, try to, like, navigate this corrupt judicial system. Never once did you do that. And if, God forbid, if I ever have children, I never want to be that type of mother. Period. And that's true. I can never in my life live with myself. And it's so funny how God works, because I was thinking about this the other day, that her working in the courthouse and me going through what I went through, you don't think that's strategically planted and done by God? It is. Because she's being taught lessons, I'm being taught lessons, but the fact that she works in a courthouse and I went through something where she could have maybe provided me some type of assistance or emotional or physical support is strategically planned by God. It's all part of His plan.
I don't know what the plan is. I sometimes question like why you have me come back home for, because I just don't think it's just not a healthy environment. And then she was like, for me to get rid of you, because she was like, I'm gonna get you out of here. I'm gonna get you out of here.
And she's threatened since I moved home.
Not
In the
not
past
the whole
3
time.
years. No,
not
Gabby,
the whole time.
Gabby, she gave me about a 2-month grace period. And then she was like, you need to get back to work. Mind you, I can't even go food shopping without Gabby with me because I'm convinced myself I'm having post-traumatic stress disorder from my experience. And she's like, she gave me about 2 months where she was like, okay. And then she was at it like, you need to pay bills. You need to get a regular job. Ma'am, I'm holding on by a shoestring, lady. Okay? Like a shoestring. I had to do some serious mental and emotional work to, you know, not want to die.
Yeah.
And so there was like no grace there. And so since I've moved home, I would say roughly between 4 to 5 times she has threatened to call elderly services on me to get me removed from the house. And just to give you a backdrop about our Nana Pat, when my dad cheated on my mom when we were 13 going on 14. She evicted our family, and we had to go from that home to a small ass apartment living on top of each other in Tewksbury. And as I'm watching her in the kitchen, I'm like, you're literally repeating exactly what your mom did with the threats.
Generational trauma. It's a curse on the bloodline. Someone gotta break it.
And so like maybe a couple hours after this fight, she's like talking to me like we didn't just beef. Like that. She's like, can you come for a drive with me? Can you do this? And I think she like thinks for a split second that like, okay, I am quite like my mother. And then she like wants to be like, oh, well.
I think you and mom are so much alike.
Huh?
You and mom are a lot alike.
Gabby, no, I would never treat anyone like that. So, no. Especially if I had kids.
Like
or if I did, thank you God for never giving me children. Because Lord knows I would never in the history, I could not live with myself. I couldn't look at myself if I treated my child the way my mother treats me. No. Anywho, in my video that got corrupted, I was saying about how Gabby suggested doing family therapy, and she shot that down real quick. And I said I'd be down for it, except my therapy experiences haven't been good. I went to therapy.
You haven't gone to therapy since like before you went to
yeah,
girl.
Yeah, because I had a therapist. His name was Steven, and Steven thought that me coming was like a stand-up comedy skit. Thought I was just gonna be there popping jokes, and I didn't realize, Steven, that my trauma was stand-up comedy to you. And
that's not every therapist.
After the 10th ha ha he he and laughing at my experiences, I said, you know what, Steven? Probably not gonna work out between us.
I went to a therapy session in 2017, and I went in her room that she had me sitting in looked like a dollhouse.
With dolls in it?
Dolls.
Like in A? Pretty Little Liars?
And I was like, I'm not into this. It looked like a giant tea party for a little girl. And I was like, this is not
Did she work
good.
with children too? Because maybe that's why
No,
I
it was an adult therapist.
Well, maybe she wants the inner child to come out.
I
Or
don't
maybe
care.
she's a serial killer.
It was really weird. But
Who knows?
and then I had a therapist that was like really cool, but it ended up being like he was the homie, and I was like,
yeah, but he did nothing for you.
no, but I like talking to him. I should
He
send
was
him an
cool.
email and be like, yo, what's up with you? Too.
He was cool.
Yeah.
I remember overhearing you.
And I've been trying to get. Marcellus has therapy every other Saturday, and I've been trying to get into therapy myself.
Why is it easy for him to get in a night?
It wasn't. It took him years to get a therapist. And then he did have a therapist, and she fell asleep. Remember that?
Well, she was on drugs, I think.
No, we're not saying that, Danny.
I said it.
No. That's
But
not
that's
right.
just an assumption I'm having from the story you told me. See how that works? Everything's a matter of
but
assumption.
she was like, I was like, hello?
That's not appropriate.
And I was like, and then she had me go. We figured out that he's dealing with rejection and abandonment. We had a set time every week. We go. She doesn't show up. So you figure out his root cause of his issues. And then we go to an appointment. You don't show up. Like, hello? And then I was texting her. I'm like, I just feel like you're giving unprofessional.
Period.
And she was like, you're not going to tell me about myself. I go, I actually am, though, because you're dealing with my child. And I've been nice that I haven't gone to above you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you didn't file a report. That's your kid that you're talking about.
Because she
I
had
was in line, and this woman did not show up at our scheduled time. And she fell asleep
She
in the
had 3
office.
kids, and one had severe autism, and I wasn't going to take the food out her mouth. Like, God will handle her, and I wasn't even saved at this point, but I was like, hey, God will handle her how he need to handle her. I'm not gonna be the one to make her life harder. She could have very much fallen asleep because one, she didn't get sleep from her children.
That's not I understand what you're saying, but it's not professional to be trying to help a child and falling asleep. That means everything
I mean, deep REM.
Yeah,
bro.
but that means everything he said, she didn't hear a word.
We were in the
And
room.
then she's gonna wake up and be like, yes,
That's what
you should probably just take this drug. That's not someone that should have their license to work with children. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that's why I didn't want to be. I'm just saying I didn't want to be the one. I could have easily gotten her.
Or maybe you would have saved a child from a terrible
I'm not
therapist.
gonna make me feel shame and guilt about that.
I'm just saying there's two sides to every decision.
Well, whatever. I'm sure another parent could have done that after me, but it wasn't gonna be me. I didn't want to.
The only other time I tried to do therapy was when Walter Mosley and Associates tricked me into a meeting up with Dr. Sally Gregg, and she was paid by the defense counsel to know my deepest, darkest secrets to use against me in litigation. So I would say my therapy history isn't the greatest. And then when I asked this woman for my patient-client file, she went ghost and refused to give it to me. Years later, still hasn't given it to me. Violation of HIPAA, anyone? And she's still a registered psychologist. She wouldn't give me my client file because it would say, I was hired by Thompson Coburn, LLP, which was the defense, not my attorneys.
Why would that say that in your file? She would not put that in your file.
You have, when a therapist gets referred to a case, you have to put who you were referred by. So there's a track record of who she was hired from.
Yeah, because we had a client come in that wanted their patient medical records.
You have to give it to them immediately.
No, we had them sign the medical release form, and then it takes like 3-4 business days, and then you send it right over.
She
like
refused years later.
Yeah, it's like it's that quick, and you can't deny a patient their medical records because
Dr. Sally Gray, and she's still a psychologist. Like if you Google her name, I did it in my last, because I just edited a video that was corrupt, and I went to Google, and she still is like active, and her husband works, he's a gynecologist at one of the biggest hospitals in California, which I found out Paul Marciano and Christian Navarro, who I was suing, one of the defendants, are one of their biggest sponsors. Like they donate to his hospital all the time. It's like so crazy how everyone is like interlinked. But I was like,
that's the world.
Yeah, and I was reading a book, and it's called A Friendship with God, and it was saying that even people that we consider our persecutors or our enemies or people that have done like really terrible stuff to us are angels and messages sent to us by God, because they're here to show us something or teach us something or help us expand in some way to be the version in which God wants us to be. So even though these people did horrible things to us or against us or whatever, they're angels in disguise. So I'm just trying to like think of it that way, even when
I feel like you need to stop reading books like that.
Why, Gabby?
Why would someone? I don't agree with that.
How do you not agree with that? If
someone that's doing like straight up demonic stuff to you is not an angel in disguise, Danny.
Or that experience catapulted you.
Yeah, that's fine. That's not an angel in disguise,
in ways
though.
you would never elevate without that horrible
God
experience.
using a bad situation to get you closer to him. It's not an angel in disguise.
Yeah,
someone doing something horrible to me. No, it's not. Someone doing something horrible to me, and like for example, the woman who paid my rent, who literally hated my guts.
I wouldn't say she hated your guts.
Hates my guts.
She hated herself.
Whatever. God knows her heart posture. I didn't. I generally was like, oh, okay, she's cool. He knew her heart posture and knew that she was disingenuous. So he used that to his advantage to help me out of a situation.
So she ended up being an angel in disguise, girl.
That's not an angel in disguise. That's God. That is simply God.
That's God sending someone to you, no matter what the circumstances is, to help you and benefit you, which is an angel in disguise. Hello?
That's not an angel in disguise. I mean, whatever, Danny. It's no.
Like, you can't say no. You just
He's just using a bad situation to draw you closer to him. That's it.
Exactly, Gabby.
He's utilizing someone that
doesn't
have a good heart posture.
Is an angel in disguise, because it's bringing you to a place you wouldn't have been able to go without that.
I don't think that's the right words to be using. That's just my opinion.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's just my opinion. That should not be, like, when I think of angel in disguise, I'm not looking up and seeing her name there. Like, if I were to open the Bible and we're talking about angels, I'm not seeing her face there, lady. Like, yeah, I think he utilized her for sure to help me get out of a situation, but that's because he knew her heart posture. And he's like, okay, well, Gabby's being naive again, so we're gonna have to fix this. But no, angel in disguise, not the correct word. No. And I'm not even just talking about that situation. I'm talking about bad people doing bad things to you doesn't mean they're an angel in disguise.
I'm saying if those bad things elevate you to a version of yourself you would have never been without those bad things happening to you, it is a blessing in disguise. Yeah. Like, I think of what happened to me and how that was meant to happen. Or I would be like still like on the internet calling people like C words and like fighting at parties and getting shit-faced every weekend, honestly.
Yeah, like, who knows? Like, who knows? Everything happens. I'm just blessed that God's the God of the impossible and he makes up time. Because I feel like we're 37 and right now it feels like we've wasted a lot of time.
I don't think anything's a waste of time.
We've wasted so much time.
Well, that's a terrible way to look at life.
It's not a terrible thing. I know I
much time.
No, what? I have. I for sure have. I have wasted so much time, whether it be idolizing fake relationships, whether it be...
It's not the relationship, you idolize the man.
No, I think the idea of the relationship, which made me idolize a man that didn't even exist.
No, but you created the relationship in your mind by a man that you idolized. But it was a
no, it was a relationship that I idolized. So I was looking at him with rose-colored glasses on,
with your thoughts, because he never existed.
Yeah,
like, exactly. If you think of every person you've ever dated, like, you don't, outside of the version you made up in your head, they don't exist. That's crazy. It's trippy. Even with friendships, outside of the version of people that you have created in your own mind, they don't exist.
Yeah,
because we don't really know anyone. Like, shit, I don't even really know Gabby. I only know the version of Gabby I've created in my mind from our life experiences together. But that doesn't mean I actually know you. Do you know what I mean?
I guess.
Like, everything is made up in our mind. Everything. Every single experience that we're currently having is created here.
I don't think this way, so.
So then how are we going day to day if it's not something we are having in our mind? Yeah, Gabby, I understand we're doing it from God, but what you're experiencing starts here. Because you're using your mind to perceive the experience that you're in.
Okay.
So it is something you're creating in your mind.
No, girl, you're like talking like, what's it called? That like this, you talk like as if life is not real and we're in like some type of illusion. And if you feel, if you think that way, then there's no way you believe in God.
Yeah, Gabby, God is the creator and we're the creation. We are also the creator and the creation.
Okay, exactly. So we're not living in an illusion. We're actually living human experiences.
The human experience is an illusion.
No,
Nothing has
not.
meaning except the meaning that you give it. Nothing is real. Unless
everything
you make it
is real.
Unless you make it real.
Everything is real.
Everything.
I feel like you saying that, it almost comes off like ungrateful to the Lord.
No, Gabby, no, it's not, because this is an experience.
You're saying everything is, nothing is real, but it is real. We have air in our lungs, so it's very much real.
We are the secret breath of God. Every breath we breathe is God. Every time our heart beats, that's God. It's very real.
Because He's keeping us alive.
Yeah, that's why when you die, there's no heartbeat and no breath. Because it's God. That's how God works inside of you.
Yeah, but you're saying none of this is real. It is real, or you would be dead.
I'm not, Gabby, I'm saying in the sense that nothing is real until you make it real with your creation, which you are making with your mind. Say you go to the supermarket and you're going there and you pass someone in the aisle and they bump into you. You, in your mind, could be like, this person is a bitch and I'm having a bad day, so I'm gonna take it out. That is what you created in your mind from that moment. But if they bump into you and they just go about their jolly way and you go about your jolly way, that was just a passing moment in time. None of it was real because you gave it no meaning. Things only happen in our life because we gave it meaning. No, it's not.
That sounds ridiculous.
Even when I think about like when I used to see like gang stalkers driving in cars by me and I used to like hyper focus on it and have super hyper vigilance.
That was a long phase.
Yeah, not all of that was real in my reality because I gave it that meaning. I assigned it that meaning. And once you take that power away and decide, okay, well that's not the meaning I'm going to give it anymore, it's powerless. That's what I'm trying to say. We are creating our reality.
I feel like
with our minds.
The way
and our
Mom
thoughts.
triggered you the other day, I definitely think you would benefit from like therapy.
Huh?
I think the way she triggered you the other day, I think you would absolutely benefit from therapy.
Okay, thanks.
That's not a bad thing. I don't think therapy is a bad thing.
I said that I would do family therapy.
No, I'm talking about
I'm not
individual.
going one-on-one with therapists ever again.
Why?
After someone just, like literally, lawyers paid someone to know my deepest, darkest secrets. You think I'm gonna sit in a room with someone who could also be
Jenny, not everyone is bad.
I don't care, Gabby, but that's the experience I have and I'm good.
But that's you holding on to the past. So how are you supposed to grow if you're
That's
stuck
not me holding on to the past. That's me making a firm decision that I'm good. My therapy is talking to God and sticking my feet in the grass.
A family therapy and you getting therapy. You're still going to be in a room with someone talking about your feelings.
Yeah, but it's about our family problems, not my personal problems.
No, I just think you would benefit well from it. I definitely think you hold on. I think you hold on to stuff. Like, for sure, you hold on to stuff. And sometimes you just need to, maybe you need to go to like one of those rage rooms and like break all this stuff. What is it called?
What are you talking about, Gabby?
What's that room called? Do you know what I'm talking about? Where like people go and they like smash stuff and like release feelings. What's it called?
I don't know.
What's it called, guys? It's called something. Rage room? Rage room? Something, I don't know. And you go into a room and it has like old ancient stuff, like mirrors, frames, and you can take something and if you don't want to go to therapy, maybe you can try that. I feel like therapy's okay. Like, I'm looking forward to when I started therapy last year, and she was new. It was like her first time, and I felt like I wasn't growing. Like, I was just talking to her and she wasn't giving me anything, and I was like, okay, like, I'm gonna separate my ties from you, because this is not, I'm spending an hour with you a week and you're just listening to me speak, you're not saying anything, there's no point. And I'm like trying to find a Christian therapist, and I haven't found one yet, so we'll see. We shall see. She's banging those dishes, girl. Why do you seem pissed off?
I just personally, and I'm not doing this to cause a fight, between this video and your video about that interaction with the guy that you made out with 3 years ago, there's times where I generally don't think you like me as a person.
Because I said you should go to therapy, Danny?
No, it's just like the way you say like particular things, and like the moments you say them, I'm like, she don't even really like me.
What do you mean the moments? Is that if we wouldn't be talking about this on the reg, we're talking about it in a video. So just say you don't like when I speak. We're talking about therapy, and I said you would benefit from it, which I don't think is me not liking you. That's me saying a statement.
I'm expressing how I'm feeling.
Okay, so and I'm just trying to understand it because it doesn't make sense.
There's moments in time where I think my sister doesn't like me.
Tierney, I could say the same about you because you didn't understand what the issue was in my video.
And I'm
still sitting here filming with you.
Okay, so what does that have to do with anything?
When I don't have to. If I make you uncomfortable when we film, then why are you filming with me?
You made me uncomfortable. I'm saying there's moments in time where I have the thought, my sister doesn't like me. And I'm expressing that I'm having that thought.
Okay, you're valid to your feelings and you can feel that way. But I generally feel like you feel like everyone. Like, I feel like everyone, if we're not aligned with how you feel or how you think, you feel like we're against you. And it's really tough.
Okay, Abby. So
I'm
basically,
saying that
every time I express my feelings, it's an issue because I'm saying everyone is my op, as you said in the last video.
I didn't say anything wrong. I said you would benefit from therapy. How am I wrong with that?
And I told you, Gabby, that I'm expressing my feelings, that there are moments in time, not what you're saying, so if how you're saying it, where I don't think you like me.
How did I just say it that made you feel that way?
It's your tone.
I've had the same tone all. I've had the same tone all video. So what do you mean? What? So it's just what I said in that particular moment.
It's not what you say, Gabby, because there's certain things that you say where I'm like, oh yeah, whatever, screw her, you know?
No, I'm literally generally confused. I've had this, and when you watch back this video and edit it, my tone is the exact same throughout the video.
Okay, well, I'm just telling you how you make me feel sometimes. I'm expressing
and I'm trying to understand it so I can make a mental note and make a note of it moving forward. So I don't understand because I've had the same tone all video. I just said you would benefit from therapy. I don't know why you're so offended by me saying that.
I'm not, Gabby. I don't take offense to your opinion on what I need to do. I'm saying how you deliver certain things.
So how would you have liked me to have said it? Or you just didn't want me to say that at all?
You can say whatever you want to say, Gabby.
Okay, so how would you have liked me to...
But that still doesn't change the fact that sometimes when you say certain things, people are going to be like, weird.
What do you mean people? Who are you talking about?
It just could be anyone, Gabby. You can have a conversation with anyone. And sometimes if you say something and it delivers in a certain way, they're like, Just like when you're having a conversation with someone sometime and you're like, this person doesn't even really like me.
Okay, so if you feel that way when I speak and we're filming, we just shouldn't do these videos. Like, I truly don't understand what I said wrong. I've had the same tone all video. I don't agree with your new age rhetoric, which we already know, so I'm going to say the same stuff every time. And I just said I think you would benefit from therapy. I'm not saying it in a harmful way. I'm saying it in a way, why not? Like, there's no harm. I feel like anyone can benefit from therapy. Me, you, mom, dad, all on our own. It would be nice to do family therapy, but that's not going to happen. So I generally don't understand because my tone has been the same all video.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter because I upset you, so I'm trying to figure out
Gabby, I'm expressing my feelings. It doesn't mean I'm upset or my day is ruined. I'm expressing my feelings, which I'm entitled to do.
Okay, and I'm trying to understand your feelings.
Gabby, I don't know how to explain to it other than what I just said. The tone and the delivery rubbed me the wrong way. That's it.
But why?
I don't know, Gabby, because there's certain things you say to me in this video and the last one where I'm like, she doesn't even like me. There's no way she could possibly like me if this is what she's saying and how she's saying it.
Okay, I need to understand how I said it.
The battery's dying.
Because I don't know. I literally don't know. It doesn't make sense
Gabby,
to me.
I don't know how to explain it to you. It's just how you just came off to me.
I think me just saying you in therapy.
Gabby, no, I just literally said that I would be down to do family therapy.
And then I said, why don't you do it on your own? Maybe that's what triggered you.
No, it was the fact that you're like basically telling me about myself when you have no right to do that.
What are you talking about?
You hold on to things. I think you hold on to the past, almost like belittling it.
You tell me stuff about myself all the time, and I don't get this way. I don't understand why it's okay for you to do it to me and I do it. I'm doing it because I don't like you.
It's not a competition, Gabby.
I understand it's not a competition, but I don't react to those when you're telling me about myself. In the videos, you're always like, you're wrong. I've always been right, and I'm like, oh, she doesn't like me.
We both know that 99.9% of the time I've always been right. It's like a
okay, and I also know you hold on to things. So why does that make you feel like I don't
hold on to things?
So
you literally just brought up AAU basketball from when we were 2 years old.
I'm not saying I don't hold on to things. I actually do hold on to things that I'm working through.
Okay, so don't you think that you didn't need to say those commentaries if it's something everybody's doing?
No. Why would that matter? I'm just so good.
I'm saying I found that offensive. To me, I found that offensive.
Well, I think that's something you need to work on.
Okay.
Because you should not be getting offended.
Okay, but I can't express myself, Gabby.
Yeah, you can. I'm just trying to I never said right here you can't express yourself. I'm trying to understand it. That's it.
And I explained it. So I'm confused.
Okay. The video is